A good mood is like a balloon. All it takes is one prick to ruin it completely. But how many balloons in a day do you see? And how many things in the world do you see that come and burst the balloons? Welcome to Aware and Care. I'm Madhvi Batula. I'm joined by Dr. Ambika Nair, co-founder and chief consultant of Santigram Group of Companies, which is in the business of spreading Ayurvedic services around the world. She is a renowned holistic physician with more than 30 years of experience. And in the series of Aware and Care, we are talking about all the natural remedies that can help to balance our mind and body. Let's welcome Dr. Ambika Nair. Namaskaram, doctor. Welcome to Aware and Care. Always a delight to see you. How are you?
Namaskaram, Madhavi. I am keeping fine. In a good mood, I should say.
In a good mood. I think you just found the little clue in what we're going to talk about today. Mood disorders. Many a times it happens that when we talk about mood disorders, we always talk about external factors. Sometimes that we blame the weather or we give credit to the weather. We give credit to the company we keep, and sometimes the food that we eat. Now, I want to represent children and adolescents. They are at a very crucial age of their life. Well, children cannot express themselves, and adolescents, their mood varies like a pendulum in a day from this corner to that corner. We would like to know from you what exactly is mood? Is it a feeling? Is it an emotion? And how do you define it?
Actually, feeling is also a mood disorder. Emotions are also, but these are some of the contributory factors for that. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? Okay, so if the mood swings, everybody has a mood swing. Even I have mood swinging, but it will not stay for a long time. So if it stays, there are people who come to me by telling that I have been having this mood swinging for 1 year, 2 years. Then it is a medical, the problem. So
Mm-hmm.
it can be a bipolar. So it can be a depression. So then only they need, like a medical attention.
That need medical attention.
Yeah,
So,
and in
sorry, go ahead.
and in children, because when we see, especially during this COVID time,
Mm-hmm.
so they are sitting in the room for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So if the parents does not show them more love and more care, and if they overcare also, that itself is another mood swinging. Why are my parents at the back of me a lot?
That is
Why
true.
are you pointing out every small mistakes what I do?
Uh-huh.
Means everything become a mood swinging actually. You cannot
Yeah.
ask them to eat food. You cannot ask them to stop the internet. But there is no control also nowadays, because actually internet is needed now because online classes every time. Okay, so that is also a problem now these days.
I see that many parents are smiling. They're saying, "Oh, finally, Dr. Nair and Madhvi are talking about what's happening in our lives on daily basis." Well, we are here every week. Aware and Care is a program which we reach the hearts and the homes and the minds of people and talk about topics that are very dear to us, and especially our children and adolescents, kids at home. So, Dr. Nair, when you talk about mood swings or mood disorders, especially in children, what are the assessment tools? How does somebody assess that this particular child or this teenager has a mood disorder?
Very good question, Madhavi. Actually, see, 3 year and all, because that is their playful time. You understand? Or
Mm-hmm.
like 5 year and 5 year old child. If they sit for a long time without talking and inattentive for anything, disrespectful, throw the things here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you tell, everything they take in a different mode.
Uh-huh.
Very angry, very impatient, does not sleep in time, does not get up in time,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and no interest in studies. Except studies, they will be very powerful in every aspect.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so this is all disinterest in the present situation.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so these all, some people will talk a lot, some children will never talk. They keep aloof from the parents
Mm-hmm.
and even from friends. Now there is no way to play, but even from the with the family members, if
Mm-hmm.
they they don't like to play, they want to sit alone. So these all some noticeable things.
Noticeable things.
And
So,
overeating.
Overrating also. So,
Yeah.
doctor, you just use the word, sometimes the children are very disrespectful. Does mood swing and manners go hand in hand? Sometimes you feel a child or a teenager is very ill-mannered. Is it all because of a mood disorder or is it situational? And how do you define it? When you ask the child, how's your mood today? Why are you always cranky? Why is your mood always so on the negative side? The child says, you know what, I'm always fine. It's your mood which is not right, and you see always the wrong in me. There's always this tussle between the parents and the children. So I would want you to add a little more on that explanation. How does a
Yeah.
parent understand what is a mood disorder?
Actually, like we should talk to the child a lot.
Uh-huh.
Take them into confidence. First of all, he should understand that my parents will be able to solve my problem. So, like giving them more time, try to play with them, try to go for a walk. So, talk to them nicely. Because this always I tell to the parents, that at least take them for 10 minutes walk. Whatever they like, you give them at that time. Because otherwise, they will never come in time. They will never listen to you. Because otherwise, there is no other way to catch them, to be with you. Because this I have seen in life also.
Mhm.
The complaints are like this: oh, you only to talk, doctor, because they don't listen. So I make them understand, so that slowly, slowly they will listen to me.
That's wonderful. Because doctor, I'm smiling while talking to you because I can in my head hear all the parents saying, ask Dr. Nair. My child is always saying that you're so mean. Leave me alone. There's puberty also. There's hormones related. Do you feel there are certain causes apart from parental attention, which bring mood swings or mood disorders in children as well as teenagers?
And in this mood swing is seen in some cases where they are taking heavy medication also.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is also a side effect of that actually,
Mm-hmm.
because for the focus issues and all, they give a lot of medication actually. So like children come to me with that. Not only children, in adolescents also. Like even today, like I had like four the cases for that actually.
Mm-hmm.
It was very sad to see that as two children from same home, and they were in the college. So adolescents only, 19 and 21.
Uh-huh.
So it is very disturbing factor for us also, because when the parents cannot take care, they don't want to listen to the parents, so they get into, because he was on medication. So I like slowly we tell them to taper it off, and we give so many like suggestions and our counseling and everything, then they become better.
What is the beauty about this program, Aware and Care, that over the weeks that I have seen is most of the problems can be solved through talking and counseling. And I see that Ayurveda and Santigram Group of company is definitely insisting and taking care of that aspect very much. And of course, medication and other therapies do come in place. So most of the problems I feel is basically confining into each other, talking to each other, and reasoning out what the problem is that brings the mood swing in children. Small children definitely cannot express themselves. Elder children, little, teenagers, they don't want to talk. So there has to be a balance somewhere. So when you talk about remedies, apart from pranayams, going for a walk, and communicating with them, what are the other therapies and remedies Ayurveda provides for mood disorders?
See, therapies are like see, like children are like like parents will think that like only one child, because of the nuclear family. So the parents want the child to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that itself is that they will only be telling that you are born to win, born to win, born to win. But the child, like there are limitations for a human being.
Mm-hmm.
So that also gives a lot of stress to the children.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and medications, nowadays what they do, they see the internet and give the overload with the medications.
Okay.
Actually, they never take care of, going to a good practitioner, and they give them what is needed.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know how the cases comes to me even.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like so this one we are giving, that one we are giving, this one I am giving. Okay, then who prescribed that? We did it from the internet. So over, that is also making a lot of, see, too much things, that will make a toxin in the body.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is also not good actually. So in Ayurveda, what we do actually counseling, taking the parents into confidence,
Uh-huh.
taking the child into confidence. Whatever I do, it will be better for you. How I am going to take care of you, because they are little grown up. Okay, like even 6, 7 year old, 8 year old, and all, we make them understand what we are going to do. Why are you like this? Where you went wrong? That correction has to be done. So, like what help you need from me, and which way I'm going to help you. This all we will be talking to them. Then,
So,
like after the counseling, then what therapies we'll be doing. Okay, Nasya is one of the best treatment what we do, because
okay.
actually, or like the focus comes back, like all the, like the child will be more active with that, sedentary life will go away.
Mm-hmm.
His, like then we will be doing the virejana. If it is a kapha, see, according to three doshas, we do it.
Doshas, okay.
If
Uh-huh.
he is like a kapha people, then we have to do little bit of virejana also, so
Mm-hmm.
that his, like the digestion will become better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, his movements will become better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this especially kapha children, when they are in this mood swinging, they will be like a couch potato. They don't want to get out from there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and by sitting and listening to the television for a long time, they are not attentive, but they are just sitting. They are so lazy to
They're
get up
just
from there.
staring at it with no thought process involved,
Yes,
I guess.
nothing, nothing.
Uh-huh.
Okay, then they become like it is a depression actually.
Uh-huh.
So they have become so laziness. So no movements in the body. So like it's
Uh-huh.
too much of stagnation.
Mm-hmm.
And then they will eat all the viruttahara, like whatever they are not supposed to eat, they will go for that.
Okay.
Even though they are not hungry, they will
Uh-huh.
eat.
Okay.
So by eating the food, they feel little more better.
Okay.
But not by movement or anything, not even by the mood. Because food actually makes them little happy. Kapha people, I have seen that.
Comfortable. Okay. Uh-huh.
Okay, because that overindulging in eating. Okay, in every activity, kapha people will be, like very, very stubborn, very egoistic.
Mm-hmm.
Small things will worry them. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot scold them. Only through the, like love, love, love. That also like overflowing love only you can, like catch them with you.
Mm-hmm.
Very difficult actually. Very stubborn. They don't want to move. They don't want to move their ideas actually.
You come to a very nice point, because I can hear myself even thinking sometimes, saying that, you got everything that you want, and you tell the child often that, we got you this, we got you that, and yet you never smiling, never seem to be happy. And do you also see that there is a possibility there is an underlying trauma somewhere which the child has never been able to express apart from the parental relationship with the child?
This is a very good question actually. So many children, they come and talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
Even some molestation in the young age,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and some torturing from the teachers, even from the friend side. And
Mm-hmm.
this is like a, like a typical trauma these people
Mm-hmm.
undergo. And like a comparison. See, there are two children in the home. Okay, what they will do? The elder one is like that. The younger one, I need not to spend time for him. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so they are very more comfortable with the younger one. So okay, so that fellow is like that only, or the other child is like that. If it is a girl, like you see, like a premenstrual time, because of the hormonal imbalance, there will be like a mood swinging a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Small things, they will get angry, they will explode like anything.
Right.
Okay, but they are good people, Kafa. They don't keep anything in the mind. They will explode actually.
Mm-hmm.
But they are very, physically they are very strong also. They are very strong physically. What they want, they will do. Nobody can change. Like earth, they are earth. You cannot
Yeah.
move the earth.
Yes.
Earth will move you. So whatever they want, they will see that you will do it for them.
Mm-hmm. Doctor, you were just mentioning in the starting that today you saw a couple of cases, two kids from the same family, and you were just giving this example of, one child gets more attention than the other child because of the mood swings, and the parents also have their own struggles to give attention equally there. So, do you feel, or please explain to us, is always a negative feeling constantly is a mood disorder, or there are some children who are always happy? Something horrible happens, not so very nice thing happens, also they're still smiling, and some parents are concerned about that. There's nothing bothers the child. Is the child okay? So is that also a mood swing or a mood disorder?
It is a mood disorder actually.
It is. Okay.
Okay. Because actually, you see, some people are, like small things worry them, I told. They are more kapha people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And even the pitta. Pitta means that is born to win.
Mm-hmm.
What they want in life. They want to be the number one in every aspect, whether in the class, whether in any sports, anything, even any competitive exam, small things actually, because that those people I have seen that they go very badly with their this mood swinging and they get into depression. Okay, it will not take me, like I won't be able to score this much marks, and I will not be achieving my aim. So this I have seen in like even third standard student, fourth standard student, and all, and
That's
like
early.
we think that is nothing. That is not the end of life. Oh, he was
Okay.
very active before. Now he's not doing it. He's not eating. He's not sleeping. He does not get up in the morning. So
Mhm.
this all the like daily that I get all this feedback from the parents.
Mhm. So, Dr. Nair, when we're talking about mood disorders, most schools, and I think every school across United States, provide counselors. Students today teenagers today are more comfortable talking to the counselors and getting inputs from them. And sometimes the counselors do reach out to parents and tell them that this is what is the concern point for your child. When parents are still not able to handle that situation, is that when medication comes in place, or you feel there is still more counseling to be done? I want you to address the treatment approach at Santigram centers.
Actually, when these things, like he was scoring very good in the school, and
Mm-hmm.
when his, like percentage drops down, so it becomes an inferiority complex. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Children doesn't like to, the child does not like to face the people, does not like to face anybody. So that's
Okay.
why he keeps aloof. And their focus varies, means I tried a lot and now I'm unable to do it in the proper way. So
Mm-hmm.
he lose the confidence actually, and the fear exists, and
Okay.
he won't be able to like do what he was doing before.
Mm-hmm.
That time, more counseling and like panchakarma treatments which will help you a lot.
Okay. So
Okay.
could you please address a little more about what Panchakarma treatment is and what
Yeah.
happens in the
Panchakarma
treatment?
treatments will be like I told you, there are 5 ways to detoxify the body, regenerate your body, balance it properly by treating through the root cause. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, where the person is suffering, why he is suffering, where he has gone bad, that has to be corrected. Sometimes it will be only nasya and the talam for the child will be perfectly all right. Some days he need a whole body abhyanga. Abhyanga
Mm-hmm.
is done, so that the mind and body will be aligned in the proper way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then Shirodhara is there, Shiro Abhyanga is there, even Pidichil is given. Some people, when they don't eat in the proper way, they are in depression, they will never eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, eat the food. Okay, so then we have to do, even Navara Kidi is there, Navara Tape is there. There are specialized treatments, This all according to the case actually it is done.
Mm-hmm. So all these treatments are applicable, or you have to pick any couple of things depending on the body
Yeah.
composition and the mood, right?
Yeah, no, this is all according to the case it is.
According to the cases. So,
So when
doctor, now when we talk about these treatment procedures, what is an average timeline? Do they have to come daily for this treatment, or it's a 21 days program, 45 days program? How does it work? Especially because they have their schedules, they have sports, they have exams, they have other pressures in life at their little age. So how does that come into the accommodation during the treatment?
Yeah, that's a good question actually, because actually normally they, like from outstation patients, when they come to us, they come and stay over here during the vacation time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then other people, they come daily, and daily it has to be done. Okay, like Nasyam is done minimum 3 days at least, otherwise it will not work.
Okay.
Okay, because we increase the doses,
Mm-hmm.
then only it works, because it removes all the toxins and it makes you so good actually, very good,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see how the like energy flows in you. Okay, so like maybe 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, not 45 days and all. Then
Mm-hmm.
because here they always do the follow up consultations and all. Then sometimes we do like 1 week treatment. Then we ask them to observe the child and notice what are the changes you are seeing with him.
Okay.
Okay, then they come after 1 month. They come for the follow up what we are giving. Then if they need more treatments, we do them.
Mm-hmm.
So it is always like that.
There is such a big myth, right? When people talk about Ayurveda, and pardon me, I saying that it's the people usually think it's all about massages and oil baths. It's not only that, there is so much more to Ayurveda, mind and body in sync, and especially when you're talking about children, the sensitivity is really more high there. And talking about teenagers also, I think as a doctor, you too has to face a lot and address these kids. Now, doctor, when we come about treatment, you just mentioned that there are out of state or out of city patients also who come in. They stay here, and the general feeling is when you go to a different city or state, you want to travel, look around the tourist spots. During this treatment, are they restrained to their room, or they can have a
No, no,
normal lifestyle?
they can go out after the treatments actually.
Can and they
Because
can have outside food?
like California, like very like outstation people, they come and stay here. Some
Mhm.
people, when old people come, they come and stay. We have a center facility in one of the hotels in Edison, so in
Okay.
New Jersey. So they come and stay over here. Some people like to go during the weekend, but otherwise they, after the treatments, they take like a 3 4 days and they
Mhm.
visit their friends like they go around in New York and everywhere and see and go back.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the parents are, of course, involved because we're talking about underage children. So parents are definitely welcomed and they are part of the entire treatment process. It's not that they are left behind and then parents come and pick them up after a month. We definitely want to address that because sometimes parents do think that if accommodation is being provided, can parents also stay with the kids?
They can, because they always, when the parents come, even they will come for consultation. They also take treatments actually.
And they also take
This is, I'm telling
treatment.
you the truth, okay? So don't take it because I'm telling the parents to come and take treatments from me.
Mhm.
Okay. So when they see the improvement, they come like that, okay?
It's a joint family effort for the well-being of the
Absolutely.
child. So, are
Yes.
there any foods that help these children to, or the parents can start working from home right now and understand that maybe I can provide this particular food that can balance the mood for the child? Any home remedies that they
Yeah.
can start working on?
Absolutely. See, especially, in these things, first observe the child, whether the child, they will tell that I am fed up of this life. I want to end my life.
Oh my
So these
goodness. Okay.
things, that you have to be very careful when you listen to that. Take it seriously and seek medical attention. Okay. Whether Ayurveda or anything, because at that time you need to take care of your child a lot. And the food habits, like first of all, if they are not getting up in the morning, try to make a habit. Okay,
Hmm.
give something to inspire him, to lure him, so that the child will get up in the morning. If 8 o'clock, well, make him to get up at 7 o'clock. If
Hmm.
10 o'clock, at least call him by 9 o'clock. Take him for a morning walk at least for 10 minutes.
Hmm.
Okay. Play with the child. Yoga and all you can do, but like a walk so that they will enjoy. So talk about the nature, how it is, everything, that makes a lot of changes in the child. Even you can see the birds chirping. So
Hmm.
the small sounds. And in the, like anywhere, because in New Jersey is everywhere you can see the birds and, everything green and flowers. So that will make a lot of changes in the child. Okay. And the eating habits. Try not to give them too much of food, especially greasy food, if the child is putting on weight.
Hmm.
Okay, that is more important actually. So you can give them, like dinner and all little early,
Hmm.
like 8 o'clock. If the child is going to sleep at 10 o'clock, make them to eat at least by 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. Afterwards, don't give anything. And the
Hmm.
evening food should be the night food. I won't say that to eat at 10 o'clock. It should be like, like a little less heavy food. Okay, you can give soups, some you can make some certain, like different foods it should be given to the children now. Okay, so
So the
according,
food at night should be lighter rather than the food
very
of
light.
preference for the child, I guess, right?
Yeah, lighter. The best way to get in their heart is that ask their liking. So if you really ask them a menu, these children are very smart these days. They will tell, make this, make that. So
Mhm.
when you make it, then the child will be more comfortable and more loving towards the parents.
That
Oh,
is
mama makes
so.
everything what I want. So they will eat.
But mama and papa don't have time. But this is where exactly what we are talking, that they have to make
Yeah.
time to see that the child feels good. Dr. Nair, I had one more question because I see some people asking some questions here.
Okay.
Many a time we mentioned about a schedule, even during holidays, the child should wake up at its regular time and, look at the birds or, do some gardening or do outdoor activities. But many of us also think, my goodness, my child is sleeping. He or she, let them sleep till afternoon because once he wakes up, I don't know what to do with my child. So, how much of sleep is good for children with mood disorders?
Actually, 8 hours is more than sufficient. Actually,
Okay.
yeah. If they oversleep, also that is not good. That is kapha oriented.
Okay.
Okay. Foods, that what the food also, because the nuts are also very good for these children actually.
Hmm.
Almonds are good, walnuts are good, pecans, all these things. And in fruits, oranges, blueberries, strawberries, these things are very good. Okay. And the seasonal foods. Okay. These things, that it will help them to elevate the mood a lot.
Beautiful, very nice. So, Dr. Nair, in this series of Aware and Care, today we were talking about mood disorders with children and adolescents. I think we covered various aspects of it where the parent can intervene and start the treatment or start the consultation. If there's anything that we missed which you would like to add, please do.
No, because actually, like give at least half an hour to the child,
Okay.
I would say, to observe them.
Hmm.
Because, you see, if the child is, sitting in an enclosure for a long time, at least check that what your child is doing. If the child is happy, sleeping, or any other problem that the child is having. So when you interact with the child, that it will be very good for them. They will understand that we are aware what they are doing and we are caring them.
Caring for them, what we are doing. So that comes to the end of this little session that we had, and we wanted to help everybody out there with all their beautiful questions that they come in through the email, and we will address all your concerns as we receive them. And if there's any topic that you want us to talk about, or where you want Dr. Nair to give more light about, please feel free to mention here in the comment section or email Santigram Group of Companies. Your mood should not dictate your manners, and never give up, whether on yourself or your children. And for rest of other things, we have Dr. Ambika Nair from Santigram Group of Companies. Thank you so much, Dr. Nair, for your time today in Aware and Care. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I hope I will be able to help people to elevate their mood. So their mother
Absolutely.
Sada will be taken care.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.